so much that can be said about the dragon's path, and so much that people just don't know about, that we just need to understand much more than what the eyes can see. So, my brothers and sisters, I want to explain to you a bit more about something more complex, something that I've seen inside of my dragon's path. And I was talking about the void, but it reminded me of something actually very important, something that we might also come across inside of our dragon's path whenever we close our eyes, or even inside of our bedroom. One of the greatest servants of Leviathan is being called actually the wolves of Leviathan, and that is also where I want to talk about. The wolves of Leviathan are beings that are not really wolves, but they are actually a being that was something completely different. But they were lost inside of the void, and the more that they were transformed inside of a wolf-like creature. A wolf-like creature, but not really. It's like a demonic-like creature, and this creature is actually intended to retrieve the souls out of the light and to devour their spirit once they go inside of a wrong dimension, inside of a wrong light. And that is where all of us need to look out for. Of course, your dragon is there. They will chase away the wolves of Leviathan. Even Leviathan himself will never actually order to chew on your spirit, because your spirit belongs inside of the dragon realms, and you have to find your way to the dragon realms. But whenever a spirit goes inside of a wrong light, because they cannot find it, and that is with most of the spirits here on earth, that they just cannot find their light, and that is actually very sad when you think about it. And once they retrieve the spirits, they chew on it, and it hurts. It hurts very much whenever you chew on a spirit, because their teeth are made actually to chew on your spirit and to devour it. So actually that is a very bad idea, to go inside of the light, but you are desperate once you are stuck into the void. You just want to go out of there. And I understand, all of these people are so afraid of the lost souls. They call them even demons. But they just, in their place, you would do the same thing. That is why I feel so bad for them. But once they go inside of a wrong light, then the wolves of Leviathan are there to retrieve it and to chew on it, maybe until forever. And that is what these spirits actually have from a risk that they take once they just want to retrieve the light. They have been inside. I mean, they were looking for the light for maybe a millennia, maybe even. Time works differently on the void. So inside of the void, they are searching and searching without any success to find any light. But once you come there, you carry the light with you. A light. They don't care what kind of a light that is. Your light is the dragon's light, but they don't mind what kind of a light that you are actually carrying. You having a light of life, and they want to have it again, and that is their only way ticket to get out. But the wolves of Leviathan are there actually to take it away from you. These wolves were actually not wolves, like I said. They were not wolves at all. They were not even close to being wolves. They were sometimes human before. And it means that they were actually chosen by the void, I don't know, by strength, chosen by the void to be there forever. And it's a long and painful process, that your mind will be gone. And that is actually the worst thing that you can do for anyone. That your mind is gone and replaced with something so aggressive that you actually are a slave of the void. Who actually creates something like this? The void is not a creation. It's actually where there is no creation. The void is a place of not also of punishment, but this is just the dark half of what we see on earth. This is the death side of life, and without death, there is no life. So without the darkness, there is no light as well. So and that is why we don't have to be afraid actually of the void. It's just a part of life. But sometimes the void takes a chosen one that is actually very close to the darkness, but also there. I don't know how the void chooses this. Most of the time also it's not also the void itself, but also by Leviathan. And that is also the reason why Leviathan is so much demonized. They think he's a devil, one of the devils, one of the 7 kings of hell, because they have seen the void back in the day. And with it, because he's the ruler of it, they think that he's also the creator of it, that he desires for suffering. Well, actually, no. Leviathan desires for light, that you will take the light. These people are other beings from other sides, and they have been chosen by the void to become a wolf of Leviathan. That these are not, ways of punishments. These are ways actually to protect the light, to protect all of the light, to protect the dragon light. That is also what is being said. The Leviathan itself is the protector of the dragon's gate. Without him, then it will be chaos. Of course, not in a good way, in a bad way, in a very bad way. I mean, for example, humans themselves, human spirits, are not allowed there. But there are so many human spirits inside of the void. Billions, endless of spirits. Not only humans, also animals. It's actually very sad. I feel so empty every time that I could feel the void. So much death, so much fear, so much unsureness, so much pain. It's a very hellish kind of dimension. And this dimension is actually a way to get you to your light. Once you have your dragon by your side, he will guide you to the dragon, right? To the light where you belong. And a lot of these people and other entities, they didn't find their guardian. They had no light to follow. And inside of the void, you can train yourself, because out of the darkness, you can see the light the best. And there is one light that is shining the best and the brightest. And one of these lights is where you belong. You have to go there, alongside, together with your dragon trinity. The dragons by your side that are here on earth to guide you over there. And the wolves of Leviathan are there if you go to a wrong light. And once they get you, once they are with you, once these wolves they always feast and bite on your soul. They just gnawing on it all the time, sometimes until eternity. That is the only thing they know. That is why they are like slaves. And like I said, it's not Leviathan who made the void. Leviathan is actually only there to protect the light. And Leviathan sometimes have to do this to stop a spirit from going inside of a wrong light. And once they want to go inside of the light, then it's the work of the wolves to get them out of there. Are they able to find their own light again? It's impossible. Once you see a wrong light, you are blinded by it. Because darkness consumes, of course, but light blinds. And once they've seen a light, don't care which one, they are blinded by it. And they want to go inside of their light. Whether if it's their light or not, they just don't want to know it. They don't care about it. They just want to go in it. And that is why I feel so bad for them. I feel that I can feel them as well. Sometimes, and that is what the void is. Emptiness. It's so empty. I could feel death. I could feel my reflection of my own fears, my darkness. But I came out of it remembering, knowing what my darkness is. It made me so strong inside of the void. It made me a dragon witch that I am today, that I fear death, that I don't even want to eat animals anymore, because I've seen the animals over there so innocent, and we condemn their spirits to this place, sometimes letting themselves be gnawing on the wolves of Leviathan, the most innocent. Like I said, the void is not there as a punishment. It's a transition. It's a place where there is no creation, where Leviathan, the dragon god of the void and the waters and life, is also a dragon god of the protector of the stars, of the lights. You have to remember also that all of these spirits can be just innocent beings, innocent spirits. But like I said, it's not hell. It's a hellish dimension, of course, but it's not a punishment. Like inside of religions, they always say, don't go against God because hell is waiting for you. Well, actually, my brothers and sisters, a lot of people get lost. Ask your dragon not to get lost. For God's sake, don't get lost. Because you can learn from the void. Whenever you close your eyes, you can see the void. Inside of the void, I even came to know a resident being called Lucifer. And he was so wise. He knew everything about me. He was also reflecting my own self. I came to know much more about everything inside of the void. but I was able to get out. The wolves did not get me. The wolves were not able to get me because they were not allowed to, because I was still alive, and I knew my light, where I should be, alongside with the other gods, Lucifer and Leviathan, both dragon gods that have a lot of power over there, so that you can also ask their aid and guidance. But the wolves of Leviathan, I feel so bad for them. But sometimes I just can feel bad for everything on this earth. What made me a dragon, which made me also an empath, I could feel everything. And sometimes I said to the dragon, I wished this never came to me. It's like being with a dragon is, it's a blessing, of course. But sometimes, and especially in the beginning of my path, once I felt the void, it felt also like a curse. And no one understands how it feels. No one, I could go to nowhere with this. I just had to learn from it and let it get on the back of my head, not in front of me, because it would drive me insane for what the realm is. Sometimes I even see dragons over there because they choose to be in the void, because we don't open the gate for them. And that is also very unfortunate. That is sometimes our mistake, that we don't want to open the gate for the dragon, and they just decide to be in the void, and it's not pleasant for them as well. Not at all. The void will be the void for everyone and everything, but they choose to be there, and sometimes we have no choice. That is why I ask you, my brothers and sisters, get away from the void. Not away from the void, but learn from the void. Get away from the wolves is what I'm trying to say. Get away. Don't become one of them, and hold the hand of your dragon, and just learn from the void. Learn from everything that you see inside of your dragon's path.